Increasing Manding Skills in Students with Autism Using PRT by Joseph Yoakum. PRT is Pivotal Response Training. And all that means is if a student or a child is asking for something, make sure that they ask appropriately and then you give it to them. You do that in hopes of them asking for items or asking for wants or needs that they need in an appropriate manner. In other words, you're trying to reinforce Manding. In this study, I used PRT to try to increase Manding skills in a 13-year-old boy who was diagnosed with autism, who is in a UDL classroom or an alternative setting in a general school. Prior to the intervention, he would use one-word phrases or grunts or points at things that he would want or need. So if he wanted a tablet, he would say tablet and he would point, which is not terrible, but it's not appropriate. Or if somebody didn't know him, maybe he wouldn't know what they were talking about. The reason I picked PRT is because of prior research. I found one study that said that 41% that that 40 beep in one study, I found that it said that there was an increase in social skills as well as a 41% reduction in adverse behaviors. Now, on this study that I did, of course, I didn't monitor the actual adverse behaviors. I just monitored the increase in Manding skills because remember, as the title says, increasing Manding skills. Okay. And also, other multiple studies said that they would absolutely use PRT again, as it again increase social skills in the participants. So for the intervention, all we did was if he appropriately demanded for something and we could give it to him at that time, we would. Prior we had it contingent on the work that he was doing. So if we felt like he did enough work, he would get that reward at that time if he was pointing and asking in the one word phrase. We would prompt him, but not in a consistent manner that this study did. So the intervention procedure is whenever he wanted an item. So let's say he wanted a tablet, he would go tablet, and he would point. We would stop and say, "Can you say tablet, please?" We try to get it in a 2 to 4 word phrase. Of course, the ultimate would be, "May I have the tablet, please?" But again, we were starting small, so it was mostly tablet, please. For the baseline data, we found that without using PRT at all, that he on average would ask appropriately 28% of the time. And again, we would use normal classroom procedures of how he would react. With the PRT intervention, we saw an increase of 38% up to 66%. Now, if you'll notice on the graph that after every phase shift is always kind of a low spot for the intervention. I just believe that he was picking up on it as we went along. Over the total of the 16 sessions, as you can see, it's actually an uptrend in appropriate manding, which is what we wanted. The only regrets that I have is that I didn't monitor behavior. I wish I'd have monitored behavior because PRT does both. At the end of it, me and the assistants were talking, and we were like, it does seem like he is acting better, but without it being charted, again, we can't confirm it. Also, if I was to do this study again, not only would I monitor behavior, but I'd also give behavioral skills training to everybody involved with the study. We kind of had a rocky time at the beginning just because the vocabulary was off and the procedures maybe wasn't clearly as defined as they should have been. But that happened before I started taking data. Anyway, hey, thank y'all.